Hi, you. Welcome to Crying in the Cinema. Remember, I'm Keshia, and
Remember, I'm Sam.
well, so on this episode, we're going to talk about Cambridge Film Festival. We watch a couple of films. On today's episode, we have also another segment that we're gonna bring back to life, which is the Multiverse of Sadness as
Back
well.
by popular demand.
Oh yeah, that's true. Um, well, I heard from some of our listeners, they really enjoyed that.
Yeah, so we'll be doing that. So the two films we're looking at today are If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, directed by Mary Bronstein, and Pillion, directed by Harry Leighton. Both of them are new releases coming out in 2025.
Yeah, if I had legs, I'm not sure. Is it going to be this year? Probably
But it may
early
be start of next year for
next
UK.
year. Yeah.
But so which would you like to dive into first?
We can start with if I had legs, I'd kick you.
Sounds great.
Yeah, so Rose Byrne, we thought it was going to be her whole project that she was going to direct, but it was just purely assumption.
Yeah, I got confused. I mean, I heard like awards buzz for Rose Byrne, so I kind of had assumed that she had directed it or something, but not the case. Mary Bronstein directed it, but Rose Byrne does deliver an amazing performance in the film. So the premise of this one is Rose Byrne plays a very stressed out mother to a very difficult child. The child is very needy and like really annoying all the time. And then on top of that, she's also happens to be very ill, and that it also puts a further strain, an added pressure on the already huge mountain of pressures of being a parent. And then on top of all of that, the ceiling breaks in their house. There's a horrible flood in the house, so they have to move to a motel.
And she has a full-time job as a therapist.
Yeah, so she also has to listen on and on and on to other people's problems. So it's quite intense.
Yeah.
And it's shot in a very interesting way. It's very, very claustrophobic, the way they keep us closely like a close angle on her character's face. The character,
she's really
Linda.
good. She's really good with her close-ups. Rose Byrne, because she doesn't have much Botox. That's it. And I think I need to salute her for that because she looks gorgeous, but at the same time, I can actually feel that during the course of the film. I was like, oh, I think my mom would love this, but also I think it would be too close to home, maybe, or any moms.
Were you an annoying, needy child?
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess most children are, and that's kind of part of the point of the film.
Yeah, and many moms have to go through the stress, even until now, probably, even though we're older, just
juggling so many things.
So many things, yeah.
I don't know how they do it, really. And then, but yeah, another interesting thing about the way it's shot is that we almost never actually see her daughter.
Yeah.
You just hear this off-screen voice, and I think it's very clever because it kind of prevents you from feeling as much sympathy for the child, which makes sense because we're really trying to focus on Linda and sympathize with her predicament rather, and it just keeps us focused on that. It's a very clever idea. When
we watched that, we were like actually very tired. So it wasn't the right film to watch at that time. Obviously, we bought the ticket prior, like a week ago or a couple of weeks before that, but it was quite hard for me personally to watch it whilst you're being tired. So you need you probably need to be in a very like comfortable state to watch that. It is just nonstop of terror, and there's also ASAP Rocky jump scare.
Yeah. Although, yeah, he's really
good. He's good.
But yeah, no, it was actually funny how it happened and partly why we were so tired we'd been so busy with other things, and we were literally sat down chilling in the evening, ready to have a quiet night in, and then suddenly Keisha mentioned, "Oh, we have a film," and I was like, "What?"
At like 9.
And we're like, "Oh, we have the cinema tonight," because we booked it weeks ago, and we'd kind of lost track of our calendar a bit.
Yeah, but yeah, I think everyone really enjoyed it. Oh, but this is what I was saying about that film, because usually festival films are quite like artsy fartsy.
Yeah.
This one we chose kind of, this is not really, but then you heard some assumingly young people said that it was.
There were some people saying how they found it so weird as a film, and I kind of thought, wow, like I've seen many way weirder films than that. Like, yeah. I thought it was actually quite straightforward. I mean, there were some surreal kind of almost dream-like sequences, but again, that's pretty common even on like TV as well.
It's only a bit, I think, but also this is what's interesting about the film, because they kept us kind of on edge in a way that, because she's also an alcoholic, this character, to cope through these struggles. There's this some sort of like kind of like a weird line between when she's like drunk and confused about the hole in the house. Remember, there's always this bits of a kind of dream, not like nightmarish even.
You're left questioning, what exactly is real. There's sort of seemingly some like inconsistencies. She misremembers things a lot, gets her days mixed up, and she's clearly getting hardly any sleep. As you mentioned, she is an alcoholic, drinking too much all the time, and also investigating some other like drugs to abuse as well. So she's like completely out of it the whole time, and just in a completely unfit state to be doing all these things, especially raising the child. Although, it's partly she was let down by her husband because he's just completely absent, and we for most of the time, our experience of him is just through these horrible phone calls where he's yelling at her and being an asshole, and he's not helping at all. Yeah.
It's a bit like, obviously we sympathize towards her, but at the same time it's just in a way very layered that she crashed out. I think without judging her, we can definitely understand that. But I think what was interesting about this film is there's so many crazy things that happen. Without spoiling, do you get what I mean? It's like, what is on to that extent.
Yeah, like you never really know exactly what will be around the next corner, and then it always surprises you. What was your cryometer rating for the film?
So it's 1. Obviously, I was dying inside because but it was mostly like, as someone with anxiety, this is just like anxiety as a film. So if you're ready for that, absolutely watch it. And I don't think it was like a weird film. Like a couple of seconds ago, we talked about other people who said it's a bit like confusing and stuff. It's not, by the way. If you do want to watch it, it's not confusing. It is what it is. They show, I think it's the other way around. It's not confusing. It's stressful, but it's not confusing. There's which makes it easy to sympathize, really. Do you get what I mean?
I agree. For me, I gave it a bit higher. I gave it 2. Dry-eyed whimper, but yeah, as you say, it's all to do with the anxiety, and the feeling of the anguish, and how visceral it is based on how the film is shot and how they immerse you in Linda's world and how she experiences the world day to day to day to day, and it's just relentless.
Yeah, there are a couple of jump scares as well. By the way, trigger warning. I jumped a bit.
You will see the most evil demon hamster.
Wait, is that a spoiler?
I don't think that's a spoiler. But yeah, you have that to look forward to. I won't say anything else about the hamster.
That's
be out of context.
That should be the sound bite for this episode. I think I should just put a picture of a hamster on our Instagram. That's all. No context. Yeah.
Did you have anything else to say about the film?
Yeah, because here's the thing. Before, I think we did tell more about the film, but I'm scared of spoiling since the films aren't even out yet.
Yeah.
So we're kind of tiptoeing a bit, but we are happing it up. Absolutely. We can move on to Pillion.
Yeah. So Pillion, directed by Harry Lighton. This film is based on a novel called Box Hill by Adam Mars Jones, and the story is about a very timid young guy called Colin.
Yeah.
And he falls in with this biker gang and becomes involved in this very unbalanced relationship with a biker called Ray, who's very handsome, and it's kind of a submissive to dominant kind of relationship. Colin does all the cooking and cleaning and sleeps at the foot of Ray's bed, and they do have some sort of sexual encounters from time to time, but it's all up to Ray. He gets the final word on when they do things, and Colin's very inexperienced, so he's sort of just on this crazy ride and finding out things about himself along the way. Yeah, what did you think about the film?
Yeah, I think I highly rated this film personally because I was craving for a Christmas winter vibe film, which the setting was a bit cold and close to winter and Christmas, so that was nice.
Yeah, we have the barbershop quartet on Christmas Eve in a cold, in a warm pub that stood out among the cold.
Yeah, well, the whole story about Colin is like there's this sort of imbalance because this is just how horrible the society is. He's been kind of deemed ugly his whole life, so that's why he's insecure. Although his parents are so sweet to him, he still lives with his parents, and like they really care. They have a very healthy relationship about his sexuality. Like he has the support system, but when it comes to relationships, he felt very small. So this is the sort of extremity that was showed of like this tall Swedish looking man who's everyone thought he was very handsome and charming.
Played by Alexander Skarsgård.
Yeah, it was him. So I love this film because I felt like I relate to Colin, not exactly like that, but in a way that we're all always trying out something new. We're trying to figure out what we like or we don't like, and kind of that excitement meeting like these new people. So basically Ray, Alexander Skarsgård, is part of this biker gang, queer gay men biker gang. So this is just a whole new subculture that he immersed himself in. So I thought that outside the themes of like BDSM, kinks, submissive, dominant, power dynamic, the part that was really pulling my heartstring is kind of the how supportive his family is, and kind of like the character development that Colin had, kind of becoming more open throughout the film. And I think that's very heartwarming, and and relatable, I'm sure, to many people.
Yeah,
So.
I think the character development really made the film for me as well. I think they I won't go into details about the ending because I don't want to spoil it, as you mentioned, but there's a nice circularity to it. And it feels nicely tied up. There's a lot of symmetry between the beginning and the ending, but a sense that something has changed within Colin. So yeah, I definitely would recommend it. It was interesting seeing this film being set in South London and Surrey because that's where I grew up. And actually, I've been to Box Hill, and I must say I never knew that it had ever been a cruising spot. But now I know.
Now you know. Well, yeah. I thought. Oh, so for me, I was a bit obsessed with this short experimental film from the 60s called Scorpio Rising, also about bikers gang, but it was kind of more, again, experimental and kind of weird, with like really good popular songs that time. And I think they adopted a bit from that. I'm not sure if they did, but they had the same song in the opening without like not in the same language, but kind of like not a sexy song, but it's all about, it's actually originally a kind of a religious song, but that when you refer Jesus to him, this is kind of like this guy that you like, then I will follow him. So
Right, yeah.
they played
Devotion.
that song in like Italian or something, I think. So I thought it was just interesting because to have that film being set in like winter, kind of Scorpio season, so it was just and for us to watch it during Scorpio season, it was so thrilling to me. I think there is this subculture of gay men in like biker gang, and we also find out what Pillion means.
Yeah, I mean, it means it's the back bit.
Yeah, where Colin sits, because thing is, Colin does not end up he did not end up having his own bike or anything. He's like
he sat behind Ray,
like the sub.
Yeah, that's right.
So anyway,
I mean, this film we hadn't mentioned before, but this film actually closed out the festival. So there was a talk at the end. Sorry, a talk at the beginning.
Yeah.
Sort of thanking everyone, and it's funny because we had just done 100 Nights of Hero,
yeah,
the closing one at the London Film Festival.
We have a pattern. We want that euphoric moment.
Yeah. It's like a breath of like relief from the organizers and everyone that it's over.
Yeah, I think it was the head of the organizer for the festival, and he was saying that he couldn't say much about the film, just like he just said, "Oh, there's gonna be surprise." I was surprised. And I think there was a standing ovation. Was it Khan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was funny, that guy. I don't know his name.
The comedic timing
he was quite funny.
Yeah. Well, we were happy that he didn't say much about the film, but we can really feel the energy, that it was such a successful event, the Cambridge Film Festival. Yeah. But yeah, can we do the cryometer now?
Yes, yeah.
Let me check my notes.
What's your cryometer score?
I think it was... Okay, I ended up deciding on 6 out of 10, which was kind of high for me. So 6 is puddle of tears. So I was definitely crying. Yeah. I'm not sure if I should tell you about where exactly in the film, because it could be a spoiler.
You can talk about it, the broad kind of things about Colin's character.
Yeah, I think it is about kind of handling sadness and grief, and how that kind of is connected to trigger warning, self-harm, and also connected to the kind of that he's been there's a common sort of theme of Colin finding out that he enjoys like pain. So, but anyway, what was said about it wasn't exactly that. It was just like Colin is such a sweet, sort of quiet, shy man, and that was kind of it just really sad to see him struggle to kind of navigate his emotions. I think that's why it was so sad for me.
That's what I've written in my notes as well. I felt the same. Like it's sad to see someone so timid kind of being taken along in the current and sort of being a bit taken advantage of in some ways. At least emotionally, on an emotional level.
Which number on you?
Exploitative. My number is 5, so just one under you. Light sobbing. Because I think I did sob a little bit during some of those scenes of Colin being particularly exploited. And in addition to that, I must say that a small part of the film, but one that can kind of tell us a lot about Colin's character as well, is that his mum is very ill. She has, I think she has cancer.
But by the way, yes, he was being exploited, but it's all consensual, by the way, guys.
Yes, yeah. Don't get me wrong. It is consensual, and I understand that. And Colin seems to understand that as well. However, it's also clear that he desires more than that, and Ray doesn't, and it becomes a sticking point between them, a disagreement between them.
And it would have been easier if Ray just like, no, I will not even tiptoe towards it. But I think there were parts in the films that he kind of tiptoed in a more relationship area and made everything just worse.
I guess Ray sent some kind of mixed signals. He entertained it a bit, and kind of there were these soft moments between them that it felt like he had led Colin on a bit.
A lot. I wouldn't tell which part, but they agreed to do something that made it more like boyfriendy. Yeah. Anyway.
And in that, and I think I found that a bit emotional as well. I think that made me tear up a little bit, just because it was like, this is for Colin, like, must be very overwhelming, like sort of starting to get a taste of what he wants emotionally from the relationship.
Colin's life's boring, by the way. So Ray thought it was probably a charity project for a bit.
Yeah.
Because people told Colin again that he's not really the most handsome person.
But I think that's partly also why it feels sad, because it's like how we see people fall into these kind of tribes, let's say. In this case, it's a biker gang, but people who are like emotionally vulnerable can be influenced, and then their loved ones are all very worried about them. They have lots of questions, what's going on, and that was very sad for me seeing.
Because it was quite extreme.
Yes, seeing his mum especially being concerned because she wants the best for him, and she, played by Leslie Sharp. I think she was one of the like a standout performance in the film as well.
But by the way, the bikers in the biker gang, they were sweet to him.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, and they were very welcoming, and that was very sweet.
Yeah, he just didn't have any friends because he's in this Christmas choir men group with his own dad. So it's a bit like that's his family is all that he got.
Yeah.
And before the Ray and the gang, so
yeah, I think they definitely sort of play with our expectations a bit. I think the audience expects a kind of biker gang like that to be more kind of hard and like aggressive and things like that, but they're really not. They're all very sweet, lovely people.
Yeah. The film was really funny, by the way. We found it funny.
Yes, yeah, it's actually really funny.
The script was funny, and it is warm because when people people see the trailers like, oh, it's like this kinky gay man. it's there's a lot of family sort of themes, really.
Yeah, well, and even the sex stuff is like punctuated with very funny beats as well.
Yeah, it's funny. You should watch it soon.
Yeah.
Should we move on to the segment?
So we have our segment, the Multiverse of
what
Sadness.
is even Multiverse of Sadness?
It is where we mash the two films together and see what grotesque Frankenstein's monster comes out as a result.
It doesn't have to be exactly that. Like, just everything is blended together. But, maybe some interesting highlights of both films, kind of.
Do you want to go first?
Why me?
Because you came up with yours first.
Well. All right. Well. No, I don't think this is extremely crazy. Firstly, Pillion is set in the UK. I think it's a BBC project, right? Pillion.
I can't remember.
It is.
Okay.
And then If I Had Legs was in the US. So let's forget about that. Let's forget about that. They're in the same city. Mm-hmm. So there's Linda from If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. And there's Colin from Pillion. So Linda is a therapist and Colin needs a therapist.
Yes, true.
So going through his new experiences with Ray, that was some crazy things happening. He was sharing his struggles with this new man, new kind of activities that he's been doing. And then Linda was like, oh my God, like my life is in ruins as well. And then she's like, oh my God, I shouldn't tell you that. But anyway, she went back on her like night benders. And when she was drinking a lot and leaving her child in the motel. Yeah, you'll know when you watch it. And then she was like, you know what I can do when my husband comes back from his work? We will know as well what he's doing. She's inspired by Colin to do BDSM. This is what I'm saying. I always joke about 50 Shades of Grey and people are like, oh my God, like soccer moms are watching it because they're like bored. You know what? How about do it? How about incorporate it to your life? Just saying. So Linda was inspired, and then she became friends with Colin because they're like definitely in like the hardest time in their lives.
And now they go for brunch.
Yeah, at the pub. Yeah. Like I don't even want to mention Ray because Ray can be changed with anyone. I don't care, but I am for the underdogs. Go soccer mom. Go new twink.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's actually that's a very funny idea. And it's funny how I think the last time we did this segment, like we picked up on some of the same threads, and it's happened again because I also you'll see. So in my one, I do have the characters originate from the places they are from.
Oh, okay.
But the biker gang are basically going on a group trip to New York for like a little holiday.
Nice.
And they're all there and they're revving around, and tragedy strikes. Ray has a horrible fall off his motorbike and dies.
No, not Ray.
And so yeah, the bit which is similar to yours, Colin goes to Linda as a patient, and he's expressing his grief to her about how sad he is about the whole situation. But in my version, she's very annoyed by him and tells him like, get over it, because she's kind of dismissive of her patients like that.
She's
sometimes.
A horrible therapist. No, she wasn't.
Colin's very upset by that, so he goes and rats her out to the biker gang, and so then as a punishment, they go and break her ceiling, which is how all the problems started in the film.
I'm gonna be annoying and like, how long is this trip and how
like how long? 11 days.
And he already got a therapist in the place that
no, I don't want to be urgent appointment.
No, yeah, it's a huge thing.
In fact, it was mandated because the police told him he had to, as a witness. They basically forced him to do it. So it's not a plot hole.
Although they're not from the country.
Well, actually, they never mentioned it in the film, but Colin has American citizenship.
Oh, okay. That's funny. That was grim.
Well, that probably brings us to the end. Did you have anything else to add in this week's episode?
Yeah, I think I've said everything. You can check my letterbox.
Yeah.
KESHTATYA.
Yeah, and we'll be back again soon with some more episodes. We are still planning to do an episode looking at our listener recommendations. We have quite a list that has formed. So if you have any recommendations for us, films that make you cry, do email us, contact@cryinginthecinema.com, or send us a message on Instagram, which is @crying.inthecinema.
Yeah, that would be nice. Or just tell us in person.
If you're a friend.
If you're a friend. All right. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
On today's episode. And bye. See you in a couple of weeks.
Bye.